Okay, so today we're going to dive into a topic that I think is pretty universal. You
Good.
know those times when life throws you a curveball?
Yeah, definitely been there.
Yeah. And you kind of have to figure out how to uh, pick yourself up and keep going.
Resilience, exactly.
Right? Resilience, that's the word. And we're actually looking at this concept for a potential new episode. And it's called Rainbows After the Storm, Finding Hope Through Life's Transitions. I was really drawn to the title.
Oh, yeah, me too. It's very evocative.
Yeah, and there's some pretty powerful quotes in here too. I think our listeners are really going to connect to this one.
Yeah, I think it's a great idea. It's not just about getting through the tough times, but it's about what happens afterward, you know?
It's about the growth and the transformation.
Exactly, and how we come out stronger on the other side.
So the first theme that really jumped out at me was finding your silver line rainbow.
Interesting.
They use this image of standing on a bridge and looking down at the water.
Ooh, I like that.
Yeah, and to me it's like all these emotions swirling around, like doubt and fear, but also like a glimmer of hope.
Yeah, I can see that. You know, when we talk about resilience, it's not about pretending everything is okay or ignoring the negative feelings.
Right.
It's about acknowledging those feelings, but also actively searching for those glimmers of hope or opportunity within the challenge itself.
So how do we actually do that?
Yeah.
Like in a practical sense?
Oh.
The next concept is water deep, but your rainbow promise near. It suggests that even when we're in the depths of despair, there's still that promise of brighter days. But honestly, is that always the case? Sometimes that promise feels more like wishful thinking.
That's a good point. I think it depends on how we define promise. If we see it as this guarantee that everything will magically work out, then yeah, maybe it's not always true.
Right.
But if we think of it as a possibility, something we can actively work towards by drawing on our inner strength and resilience, then it becomes more realistic.
Okay, I like that. It's about taking action and not just waiting for things to get better.
Exactly. It's like, think of someone who's lost their job. It's a huge shock, like being thrown into deep water. But that's when resilience kicks in. They have to learn to navigate this new situation, maybe learn new skills, and eventually they'll find a new path.
It's about learning to swim, so to speak.
Exactly.
That leads perfectly into the next theme. Stand strong in the storm. It seems to be this rally cry to persevere, to dig deep and weather whatever life throws at us.
Definitely. And it's not about being some kind of superhero. It's
Yeah.
about recognizing that we all have this incredible capacity for resilience within us.
I like that. So it's not about denying the storm, but about finding the strength to stand tall in the middle of it.
Yeah, and it's about tapping into that inner strength, that grit, that refusal to give up. The source material really emphasizes that resilience is something we all possess.
Okay, so we've talked about how important resilience is, but how do we actually cultivate it? The theme, lost in thoughts, rainbows reflecting brighter days, seems to suggest that self-reflection is a big part of it.
Oh, absolutely. Taking that time to really look inward to understand our thoughts and feelings,
Yeah.
that's crucial for navigating difficult situations with more clarity and purpose.
So it's about hitting pause in the middle of the chaos.
Exactly like when you're watching a movie and things are getting really intense and you need a moment to catch your breath.
Oh, I do that all the time.
It's like that. You step back, assess the situation, and then you can choose how you want to move forward.
I love that analogy. So it's not just about surviving the storm, it's about understanding it.
Exactly. And that leads us to adrift in tranquility, rainbows above and below. This theme is all about balance. Finding that sense of peace, even in the midst of chaos. Do you think that's even possible, especially during those big life transitions?
I don't know, it sounds a little idealistic to me. Like, how can you be adrift, which implies a lack of control, and tranquil,
Oh.
which suggests peace?
It's a paradox for sure, but that tension doesn't have to be a negative thing.
Okay, how so?
Well, think of it like a sailboat navigating rough waters. You've got the wind powering the sails, the waves pushing against the hull. But amidst all that, there's this forward momentum, a sense of purpose.
Okay, I see what you mean.
And that's what we're talking about here, finding that inner stillness, even when everything around you is in turmoil.
It's about accepting that things might be messy, but finding that calm within yourself to get through it.
Right on. And that brings us to the next theme, perched and focused. Rainbows watching through the clouds. It's about staying focused on our goals even when doubts and uncertainties cloud our vision.
Which, let's face it, is pretty much inevitable.
Oh yeah, definitely. But the key is to acknowledge those doubts and then choose to focus on what we can control.
Our actions, our attitude.
Exactly. And choosing to believe that even when we can't see the full rainbow, it's still there just waiting for the clouds to clear.
Okay, almost there. The last theme is In high heels facing forward, rainbows reflecting resolve. I love the imagery here, it's so strong.
It is. High heels can be a powerful symbol of confidence and individuality.
Right, like you're ready to take on the world.
Yeah, and it's about harnessing that feeling and using it to face challenges head on. Whether it's a particular outfit or a hobby or even a way of speaking, it's about owning our individuality and using it as a source of strength.
So we've gone from feeling lost in the storm to striding towards our own rainbows.
It's a powerful journey, for sure.
This whole concept for the episode is about finding that inner strength to not only navigate those tough transitions, but to come out stronger on the other side.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And you know what? The source material ends with a really thought-provoking question.
Oh, what is it?
It asks, whether you're standing in ankle-deep water or high heels on a bridge, the promise of hope is universal. So what does that metaphor mean to you, and what's your rainbow after the storm?
Wow, that's a good one. What is it that helps us find our way when things get tough? That's something for all of us to think about.
It is. What's your source of strength? What helps you find your rainbow?